Morning, how are you doing? Today we'll be doing the tour of Kew. I'm just waiting downstairs in the lobby area of this hotel. I'm having a morning coffee to wake up. The driver of the tour will be here in about half an hour. So I'm just going to enjoy some breakfast here. And then we shall be enjoying a tour of Kew today. There will be a buffet on this tour today on one of these boats, which I'm looking forward to seeing. I don't know how the weather will be today because ever since I've been in Kew it's just been winning a lot, so and what will go, so we'll see you in a bit. I have now arrived at our first destination of today's tour of Kew. I bought a package of tickets and it has cost 380,000 when it's done. You can do a half day tour of this tour if you wish to. That's entirely up to you. So it's been okay so far. So we're in a big group today and we're just going to see what happens on this tour. I've met some cool people from Germany, from US, Canada.
About Huế, about Citadel. Is it the first time to come to Vietnam?
Yes.
And
No.
the first time to Huế, right?
Yeah.
First time to Kew, yeah.
Do you know any information about Huế city?
No.
No.
The old capital? It
The
was
old capital of Vietnam. For how long?
That's all. You just ignore.
Yes, yeah, you know, located in the center of Vietnam. Huế was the old capital of Vietnam for a long time. 143 years under Nguyen dynasty. You know, Nguyen dynasty has 143 years during the reign of 13 emperors. The first emperor, he came to throne in 1802. Until the last emperor, he surrendered to Ho Chi Minh president in 1945 and finished 143 years bureau system of Vietnam. Right? So Citadel where the 13 emperors stayed and ruled the country over 100 years. It was built by the first king 1804 and completed by the second king 1833. You know, in the past, there were more than 140 big and small buildings in Citadel. But during the Vietnam War, in 2 years, 1947 and 1968, it's going to be destroyed and lost by bombs, right? And you know who destroyed, who bombed in here?
Americans?
Americans.
And French and and North Vietnamese, I mean. Three.
And why did they do that?
Because you know Vietnam, as you know, Vietnam was separated to sides, northern and southern in 1954. So in 1954, before France left Vietnam, they chose 17 parallel as the border line. Yeah, at the border line. So the border line around 85 kilometers from here to the north. At that time, Huế belonged to the south of Vietnam. Belonged to the south, right? You know, at that time, because Huế belonged to the south, so US, they live here, they shelter inside the citadel. Yeah. So North Vietnamese, I mean, in 1968, right? We are going to get independent. So North Vietnamese, I mean, want to recapture the citadel. That's why North Vietnamese, I mean, outside, throw the bomb to citadel itself. So now just 40% original building in citadel. 40% original. And as you know, during the French War, 1885 until 1954, something valuable material they took away. So now no longer. So in Citadel you can see the throne, but it's not the real one.
So after we visited the Citadel, we went to the Wall Museum and we was in there for like 10-15 minutes. And then once we finished at the museum, we went back on the bus and we now have arrived at the garden house, where my tour guide will be telling you information about this garden house here. Once we've done that, we'll be heading to the pagoda.
You know, Princess, she was the daughter of the third king. Yeah. But normally, princess had to live in Citadel with her parents. But after she got married, her father built this house, gave her like a gift. So princess lived here with her husband until she died. You know, princess, unfortunately, princess died when she was young. 28 years old. Yeah, she got sick and passed away. right? After princess dies, the house will sell for another people. So now this house belongs to the royal family. No longer related with the emperor. Right? But we can see the house was built with Vietnamese traditional architecture, right? We can see there are 3 departments of the house, right? The central, left, and right. And in the central for worship. And most Vietnamese people is Buddhist. So we have to worship Buddha first. You see, the Buddha, ancestral, and princess in the back. You see, princess will be worshipped in the back. This is for princess and her husband. And in the Nguyen dynasty, men were very important person. But the woman doesn't matter. That's why Nguyen King, they have many wives and concubines.
I've just arrived at the pagoda in Hue, and there's markets here, and if you come here there's a magnificent view from this pagoda. The view is absolutely stunning. So after we went to the pagoda, we went for a buffet lunch at Stop and Go restaurant. The food is okay, not too bad, but the drinks are extra. So if you want to buy a beer, you'll be forced to pay for your own beers or soft drinks or any drinks here. So now we're just waiting for the other tourists to enjoy their lunch, and then we'll be heading to the next location of this tour.
What the king name? Minh Mang. Minh Mang. He was the second king of Nguyen dynasty, the good one of Vietnam. He held the power in 20 years, from 1820 to 1840. He did a lot of things in 20 years. Under his time, Vietnam became a powerful nation of Southeast Asia, same China, although we're very small. But if we compare to economy and military, he did very well. If you used to be in Hoi An, you can see, have you been there? Hoi An?
I've been to Hoi An.
Not yet. Hoi An. Hoi An used to be the international seaport on the Silk Road. So he has good relationship with China and Japan and Spain to do business at that time. That's why Vietnam very developed at that time. He came to throne in 1820. He started building in 1827. Yeah, and took him 14 years to complete everything here. Everything here. So this term finished in 1841. But in the end of 1840, the king got sick and passed away while the tomb was building. Yeah, so he died before the tomb finished. That's really the reason why you see that is the main gate. That's the main gate. But from 1840, even now, it was open only once, in January 1841. Because in his funeral, they took his coffin for that and then back to the mountain and buried. Yeah. But for this tomb, we don't know where exactly his coffin. He was buried somewhere under the hill, but we don't know where exactly. Just somewhere. So at the end of the tomb, you can see the small hill. So he was buried somewhere under the hill, but we don't know where, right? Yeah. The next building, you see, used to be the residence where the king came here with his wife. You know, when the tomb finished, it became the second house of him. Because tomb not only for burial, but also the relaxing place for the king. Yeah, but he never slept here.
He was dead.
Yeah, because he died before the tomb finished. You know, and can you guess how many wives does he has?
100.
More than
300.
more than 300.
1,000?
You know, he has over 500 wives and concubines.
500?
500 wives and concubines. 142 children. Yeah. So history wrote us he was a busy man. The original quality. Yeah. He started build tomb in 1920, and it took him 11 years to complete everything here. He also died before the tomb finished. Because this tomb finished in 1931. Yeah. He held the power in 9 years, but that's were the terrible times of Vietnamese people because he did nothing for country. You know, he spent a lot of time, money for himself. Built palace, yeah, set up the birthday, did nothing for country. Yeah, and you know, he worked closely with French government. You know, every month he got salary from France. Every month. That's why they call this tomb including French money. Yeah, French money. And you know, at the end of his time, he was considered nothing than salary employee of French government. Yeah, and you know, he was the first king of Vietnam when out of the country. He went to France in 1920.
Wow.
You know, at the time when he come back Vietnam, he had face to face with Ho Chi Minh President. Ho Chi Minh. Yeah. But you know, 5 years later, he got sick and passed away when he was 41 years old.
Yeah.
But now he left a beautiful tomb. You see, very beautiful. You can see outside, it look black, right? Dirty. But different inside. Inside very colorful. And you know, different material. During his time, he knew how to use cement and ceramic for building. But he, you know, he sent his people to China and Japan to buy ceramic, and he sent his people to France to buy cement. At the time, we didn't have cement. Right? That's quite cost a lot of money.
So after we've visited a few tombs, we're now at this market. You can call it a market. It's like a countryside market, and everything in this village is handmade. And even tourists can have a go at making something here, which is pretty cool. So they have like paintings, and they have like all the Vietnamese special stuff. So we're going to be here for 15 minutes, and then I think we've got one more place to visit, and then that will be the end of today's tour.
Alright, you see exit out there, right?
Yeah.
Cross bridge, go straight and turn right. Right? Now you should see the temple first. His barrel this way. Right? This is the king, the tomb of king number 4. His name Tilip. You know, he held the power for a long time, 36 years. 1847 to 1883. You know, although he held the power for a long time, but he was unhappy. Unhappy king. Yeah. Why unhappy?
All because of the French coming?
Yeah, French coming. So he lost his, the power to French. But the big problems, he never had children. He never had kids. Although he has 103 wives. Because when he was a child, he got mum's disease. You know mum's disease?
No, what is it?
Huh? For a boy, when you were a child, you also have the pee here.
Oh, here.
Mumps. You know mumps? Yeah, mumps disease. Yeah. So, you know, that's a big problem. Because who became the king after him was this problem, right? So he got his nephew to become a rock child of him. That's what the king was, right? Yeah. And unlike the other tomb, the other tomb just buried the king. But this tomb he buried his mother and his wife together.
tour has now finished of Hugh City. I hope you guys have really enjoyed it. We just finished that quick boat trip, which took about 10 minutes. And now people go on the bus, but because of the location where the boat has stopped, I can walk back to my hotel from here, which is pretty awesome. So I don't have to worry about going on the bus around Hugh and waiting to be dropped off back at my hotel. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys very soon. So until then, bye bye for now.